guys, and welcome back to the channel. I'm Michelle.
And I'm Ken, and today we're here to talk about and review Child's Play from 1988. So this is a part of our Road to Chucky Season 2 series. We told everybody we were going to do this, and, you know, we got the new Child's Play 4Ks that came out.
Right.
And
so it just worked out perfect.
Yeah, we're going to review Child's Play through Cult of Chucky, and then we're going to also do the remake, I think, if we have enough time to do that one as well. And we reviewed all 8 episodes of Chucky Season 1 last year, so we're going to go through the entire Chucky Child's Play franchise. Some I'm really excited to talk about, some I am really dreading getting to and watching, but they should make for fun reviews. But yeah, Child's Play came out in 1988, directed by Tom Holland. I've already talked about these movies extensively on my channel by this point, so I want to know your thoughts on this one. Starting off.
You were supposed to keep it minimal.
I did. I felt like I did. We can really dive deep. We can do like a 45-minute video here on Child's Play. I got a lot to say.
So growing up, I loved Chucky. It used to scare the crap out of me. It was probably one of the first like horror movies that I ever saw.
Yep.
I have, you know, very vivid memories of watching this at my grandma's house and just being terrified, but also couldn't stop watching.
Yeah, I'd say that, you know, since we've been together, like this is the horror franchise that we bonded on the most.
Right, yeah,
like you're not a big fan of Halloween and Friday the 13th and all that stuff. So
yeah, Chucky just always terrified the heck out of me. And yeah, I was always afraid that he was under my bed. Like I would do like a run and jump to get on my bed. Used to have nightmares about him. So anyway, Chucky and me have been, you know, in it for a while.
I can't remember if I was ever really scared of Chucky.
Right. So
I can't remember. Maybe.
That leads me into saying that it's been a while since I've seen the first one.
Yeah.
Child's Play.
We watch Child's Play 2 frequently, I feel like. At least I do. I try to watch Child's Play 2 like once or twice a year. Like I watch it all.
Twice a year.
I watch it a lot. Not once or twice a year. Once every year or 2 years. Like I don't go very long without watching it. Yeah.
So I hate to, you know, start out with a negative or a bummer, but
Don't do it.
After revisiting this, I gotta say I didn't love Child's Play as much as I remembered loving it.
Yeah.
I feel like it's, you know, definitely a little slower to get started, and I don't know, it's not my favorite one. I'll say that without spoiling, you know, which ones I do really enjoy, but
yeah. I love this movie. Every time I go back and rewatch it, I'm just constantly blown away by just how good it is. I think it's a legitimately great horror film. The only thing I'll say about this one is like the Chucky that I feel like we know and love is not here in this one. He is more scary. He is more serious. He's more down to business.
Yeah.
He's not quipping and doing one-liners and stuff, except for the one scene in the elevator when it raises and he says F you to the older lady.
Right.
That's like the only part, but I don't know. I just think it's a really well-made movie. It has a lot of suspense. It has a lot of tension to it. Mm-hmm. You know, you go for the first 45 minutes and you don't know, you know who's doing the killings because we know who Chucky is, but they don't really put it out there that Chucky's doing all the murdering and stuff until you get to that halfway point. But I don't know. I really love this movie. I dig this movie.
I mean, it's not that I hate it by any means. It's just, like I said, it's not my favorite of the franchise. And I don't like, I mean, like you said, Chucky is definitely very scary in it. And I can see how I was totally freaked out as a kid. Yeah. You know, it's a bummer, though, to, like, also go back and, like, not be scared about him anymore. Yeah. Like, he doesn't, you know, scare me like he used to as a kid.
He does have some of those gnarly facial images in this one, though.
Yeah, they almost, like, crack me up because, like he'll get, like, that, like, scrunchy face and those teeth. He'll just be like, like.
Yeah.
So, anyway. But yeah, I don't know. Like I said, I think my biggest complaint is just that it's a little slower.
Yeah.
And you don't see Chucky as much until like towards the end, I feel like.
Yeah, and it was you know, because I watched the special features on that set also. I'm going to throw out some fun facts here and there, but it was written by Don Mancini, who's the creator of this entire, you know, universe and franchise and story, but they changed a lot of what he wrote in the script. So he had it planned for it to be more ambiguous. That's what he wrote down. But they said, how can we market this movie without saying it's about a killer doll? We got to put that out there. So it was supposed to be, you don't know if it's Andy or the doll until you get to that halfway point. And I just think that's a terrific scene. The whole scene where she lifts up the panel on the back and reveals there's no batteries.
Right, yeah, for sure.
It's such a great scene. It's suspense. And then when he comes alive, it's just a great moment. I think it's one of the greatest moments in horror movie history. I just don't think that people appreciate this movie like they should. I think it's a legitimate like horror classic.
Right.
People always look at Chucky and it's like, it's goofy, fun horror or whatever. And they don't really take him that seriously. But I think this movie is definitely one of the best. But another thing I wanted to note is the voodoo stuff that they start with this one. And I mean, they set up everything. It's not like this franchise ever like completely went off the rails. Like they've had this like really weird like voodoo subplot since the very beginning. But how Don Mancini wrote it initially in the script was it was this like evil corporation that was like putting blood in the dolls, and like they were supposed to like prick the fingers of the kids that they went to, the homes they went to. And then they were like blood buddy dolls. And they were supposed to like mix their blood, and that's how they would come alive. It was a real weird script. And then when Tom Holland, who directed the movie, got it, he was like, we got to change something up here. Like, this doesn't make any sense.
Right. I mean, like that makes sense. But again, like, how are you going to like convince parents and kids to do that?
Yeah. So it's like Don came up with the idea of the killer doll, and he just needed help like fleshing out some of the story points to make it make sense.
Right. Well, that's pretty cool. Yeah, I like that.
But yeah, and then there's, several things that went into, several like iconic people that went into making this movie. Like Kevin Yeager did all the mechanical work and stuff like that.
Yeah, I mean, I gotta say, like, you cannot deny how awesome it is to see like real things instead of like CGI stuff.
I know. It's like it's watch a movie like this and then you watch the new Chucky, which I like the new Chucky, but it's like CGI and crap. It's just so much cooler to go back and watch something like this.
Yeah. He definitely looks, very cool and real and doll-like and not, CGI. So, because did they have that back then? They did.
They had special effects, like Star Wars and stuff like that. But, with movies like this, they're not going to throw like a huge budget towards it. I mean, it's a horror movie in the 80s. Like they weren't given those like the largest budgets or nothing. But I think that with what they had to work with, like they did an excellent job in just bringing the doll to life. And I love the ending sequence in the movie where they burn him and he's like still coming, and just the look of him when he's burned and charred.
Yeah, that is definitely the best part of the movie in my opinion. And so I guess it's just not enough to make me love it so much, Yeah. But that part is definitely very good and entertaining.
What do you think about, because you're a mom, so what do you think about the themes between the mother and the son, and that whole relationship with Catherine Hicks as the mother and Alex Vincent as Andy? Like, does that resonate with you? Would you, believe our son if he said a killer doll is alive?
I don't know. I probably would be kind of freaked out. I probably wouldn't brush it off as they do or whatever. I'd be kind of like, I think my kid needs help, but also like, oh my gosh, like, are they telling the truth? Like, it'd be pretty like freaky, but I think I would only be like that because I know of Chucky. And so in this universe, there's not, like, you don't know Chucky, so.
But yeah, I think that, there's some really good performances in this film. I like the cop character. Chris Sarandon plays the cop in the movie.
Okay, yeah.
Of course, the voice of Chucky is pretty iconic. You would have to agree with that. Like Brad Dourif. Like, I don't feel like Mark Hamill did a good job in the remake, I think, but like nobody measures up to Brad Dourif's like voice performance of Chucky. Like, he just absolutely nails every aspect of it.
Right. But, yeah. I mean, he's like, Chucky's voice is something that's like seared in your brain.
Yeah,
you can't
his voice, his laugh.
Right,
it's
the laugh for sure.
Yeah, it's everything. But yeah, I enjoy this movie. I just think that I hate to say it, I mean, you're right next to me, but I just don't think that people, enjoy this movie like they should or appreciate it as the horror classic that it is.
Well, I mean, is it Chucky Like, is it this movie particular that you're talking about, or just Chucky in general?
I'm talking about this movie.
Okay.
Because I think that when people think of Chucky, like a lot of people's favorites is the next one that we're going to talk about. Child's Play 2. And then, not a lot of people's favorites, Child's Play 3, but then Bride of Chucky and some of the other sequels and stuff. And people just always forget about this one. And I don't think that people should forget about this one. It's where it all started. And I think it's actual really great horror film.
Yeah, I mean,
I love the way that it's set up. Like, it's really this kind of alternate universe where, the buddy doll is a thing, or the good guy doll is a thing. I think in the original script it was the buddy doll, and then they changed it, which is why they went back to the buddy doll in the remake. But the whole idea of the corporation of the good guy doll, and the consumers and stuff, and they had the commercials on the TV. Like, it really has a lot to say about advertising to kids, which was pretty prevalent like in the 80s when they started to do that with like commercials for toys and stuff.
Right.
So, and just kind of getting them like worked up and wanting these toys. So,
right, yeah.
I think it's a smart script. I think it was kind of just the perfect storm of talent that was involved here. You had Don Mancini's good ideas, and you had Tom Holland and Jeff LaFia, or John LaFia. It might have been Jeff. I can't remember the name, but just kind of help him flesh this out and help him rewrite it and just bring this story to life.
So yeah, I feel a little bad because you're so high on this movie, and I feel like I'm definitely taken away from your enthusiasm on it.
No, it's fine.
But
it's
like
fine.
I said,
I didn't realize you hated it so much when we watched, I'll be honest, until we sat down and talked about it.
Yeah,
I thought you enjoyed it too.
I don't hate it.
Kind of caught me by surprise.
I don't hate it. It's
Okay, well,
just...
How about we slap a score on it? What would you give this movie?
Yeah, I was going to say, let's score it. So, I'm going to give this one a 3.75.
3.75? You hate it and you're going to give it a 3.75?
I don't hate it, damn it.
Okay, well, I'm giving it a 4.5 out of a 5.
Okay.
I think it's a damn near perfect horror classic. I do think, I do agree with you, it is a little slower. It takes a little bit to get going. It's not as flashy as some of the other sequels, but it's more grounded in reality, I guess, than some of the other ones. It actually has some pretty cool action set piece moments, like that car chase, or not car chase, but the car sequence with the police officer, and he's stabbing him through the seat and stuff. I almost completely blocked that whole scene out of my mind. I forgot about it until we rewatched it, but
yeah,
that's a cool sequence. But yeah, some cool sequences, but definitely not as flashy as some of the later sequels. But that is our review of Child's Play, the original Child's Play from 1988. Let us know in the comment section below, what do you think of the movie? And join us for our future Child's Play reviews. We're going to be diving into Child's Play 2 and 3 and Bride and, unfortunately, Seed. And
I can't wait to hear what we think of
Kurt. I don't even remember Seed. I don't even know if I've seen it, to be honest.
Yeah, it's going to be
Curse
fun.
and Cult and the remake and all the Chuckies. So I hope you will join us on that ride and that journey through the Chuckyverse.
We're going to be sick of Chucky before the season 2
Before we're done,
comes.
I'm going to be buying us a Chucky doll.
No.
To put so you can hold it while we review.
You
Do
know,
you want to show everybody?
that's
You didn't show everybody your shirt.
Well, this isn't my shirt.
It's my shirt, but it
This
says
is-
free hugs and it's got Chucky on it.
Yeah.
And I've got my Child's Play 3
But
shirt on.
it's the Stitch Chucky, and you don't like the Stitch Chucky.
I don't. I
Yeah,
really don't. But it was
so,
at Walmart, so I bought it. It was pretty cheap. But
yeah, I didn't want to say anything about my shirt because then people are going to think this is the one I ordered, and it's not.
yeah, you do have the one, but you're saving it.
I'm
You're
saving
saving it
it,
because
yeah.
it has somebody on it that's not in these movies. So appreciate you guys joining us. Like, comment, subscribe, turn on the bell notifications, and follow us on our Instagram account down below. And we'll see you next time.
Bye.